When walking in a crowded school, does anyone stop and think, do people among this group have a disability? Because you never truly think that, since many disabilities are mental and cannot be seen. Since difficulties with reading, writing, and/or math are recognizable problems during the school years, the signs and symptoms of learning disabilities are most often diagnosed during that time. However, some individuals do not receive an evaluation until they are in post-secondary education or adults in the workforce. Other individuals with learning disabilities may never receive an evaluation and go through life never knowing why they have difficulties with academics and why they may be having problems in their jobs or in relationships with families and friends. We got the chance to sit down with a teacher here at ST who interacts with these students daily. People with learning disabilities often have to work harder, but the results may not show their efforts. Some people with learning disabilities may become discouraged because they have struggled so hard, and they may appear unmotivated or lazy. According to the Learning Disabilities Association, learning disabilities are neurologically based processing problems. These processing problems can interfere with learning basic skills such as reading, writing, and/or learning basic math. They can also interfere with higher level skills such as organization, time planning, abstract reasoning, long or short-term memory, and attention. It is important to realize that learning disabilities can affect an individual's life beyond academics and can impact relationships with family, friends, and in the workplace. A major national study found that approximately 5% of children in the United States had learning disabilities. It also found that approximately 4% had both a learning disability and attention deficient / hyperactivity disorder like ADHD. Children afflicted are often thought to be illiterate or not as smart as others, when in reality, that's not true. They just need a class tailored for their certain needs and circumstances. According to understood.org, 33% of kids with a learning disability have been held back a grade and 50% were suspended or expelled from school in 2011. High school students with a learning disability have a higher dropout rate than kids. In 2011, 19% dropped out, while 68% graduated with a regular diploma. The remainder of students received a certificate of completion. Specific learning disabilities include auditory processing disorder, dyscalculia, dysgraphia, dyslexia, language processing disorder, nonverbal learning disabilities, visual, perceptual, and visual motor deficiency. Contrary to common belief, ADHD is not a learning disability. However, ADHD can interfere with learning, and most experts say that 1/3 to 1/2 of individuals with a learning disability also have ADHD. There are no medical tests to diagnose a learning disability. Researchers are beginning to learn the role of genetics in learning disabilities, but there are no blood tests or brain scan that can tell you if your child has one. Identifying a learning disability is a very complex process. It should start with having a doctor rule out vision, hearing, or developmental issues that can hide an underlying learning disability. Then you'll work with your child, his teacher, and the school to observe and collect information about your child's learning and performance. Finally, qualified professionals will do testing to verify the information gathered and learn how your child processes information. There are no medical treatments for learning disabilities. There are, however, other ways to help kids with a learning disability. Examples are instructional interventions, assistive technology, and accommodations. If you hear about a medical therapy to treat learning disabilities, be cautious. But keep in mind that some kids who have ADHD may benefit from medication that addresses their ADHD symptoms.